What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the second part of the golf cart build. I've been cleaning up the frame quite a bit. Went and bought a tiger pawl and some more grinding wheels for the grinder. I got the frame fairly cleaned up minus all the pitting from the rust. I still got to go over the center and still got to grind a little more on that side. Ended up popping off the side pieces. It was riveted on here, and there. So that little plastic piece, once you drill the rivets out, comes right off. So clean that up a little bit, and then hopefully we can start welding our new battery tray today and start cleaning this up and for paint. So we'll see how far we get today and go from there. After a lot of wire wheeling, it's starting to come together now. Again, a lot of pitting on this frame, and I did find the frame starting to actually rust out underneath on this side. Not sure if you can see that, but that's rusting through. So I may weld in like a support bracket going across there to support the frame. We'll take a break on grinding for now. I'm going to go ahead and start making our battery tray. So I measured the top piece, this piece here going across. It's about 21 inches long. So we'll cut 2 angle iron pieces and then cut this piece going across the top here. Actually cut 2 of them. We got one down there as well. And we'll make that piece, weld it up, see how it comes out. Alright, I got 21 inches marked out here on this piece, and since I don't have a chop saw, I'll have to use a angle grinder and just cut it, unfortunately. But it should be close enough, so it'll work. Alright, we got it cut. Doesn't look too bad. Just sand down that end there. Should be good. This is our first piece of the battery tray. It's another day after the holidays and getting back to the golf cart. So trying to pick up where we left off. So we got this battery bracket all welded up, which is going to connect down here and go across. So next thing I'm looking at doing is just cutting some strips of metal to go across there for the frame support. So we'll cut that up. We'll also trim this to fit to run the rest of our battery tray. I did pick up a new chop saw, so it'll be less sketchy than trying to cut it with a grinding wheel. So we'll go ahead and get started. I measured this guy here. It's about 5.5 inches across, so that should weld up underneath here to there. Give us a little bit more support for where the seat goes. So I got it set up over here. I'm gonna try this chop saw out for the first time. So go from there. Piece is cut out up against the frame, cleaned up, and we're gonna go ahead and weld it in. As stated before, I'm by no means a fabricator, but it's welded in there. Got some booger welds going on, but the mask was having trouble dimming, so I couldn't really see the puddle. May have to go out and buy a new mask. But it's welded in there and it's not going anywhere, which is the main focus of this. So we'll cut another piece for the other side.
Yeah, it's not darkening.
It's not darkening? Alright, off to the store we go. New welding mask. Back with the new welding mask. This one works. While James is finishing up tacking that side, cutting our lengthwise bar. It's going to go across the back half of the frame to mount the rest of our batteries. That's going to mount right here and go all the way across there. So I'll go ahead and get this cut. Go. Okay, James got some solid tacks going on there and there. Just tacking the underside of it now. And then we'll run the beads across that, and then that one should be good to go. And then we'll focus on the bracket going across. Me and James built a little piece out of angle iron to stuff up under there and ground it, kind of rounded it out to fit over the frame, then welded it in there to hold this square tubing up straight. It's not very pretty, but it'll suffice with what we need to do. So we'll do the same thing on the other side, and then we can weld the angle iron going across that'll hold the batteries in. Here's where we sit so far. We ended up going out and getting another piece of square tubing to go across there for support on the front part of the battery. The old one just had angle iron coming off and there was no support over here. So we figured this would be a better alternative. That way you got frame supports on both sides holding the batteries, which are pretty heavy. So this is still not welded in yet. We got the stands welded to it and cut it out to fit around the radius of the frame. So I got to get a couple more dimensions, and we got to make one for the other side, and then we can weld angle iron on top of this where the batteries will sit. So that's where we're at so far. So this is the other side we're doing. We're looking pretty level, fairly close on both. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and tack that together and tack that guy on the end. Then we can weld around those pieces while that piece is out, and then weld it to the body of the cart. Probably won't weld it to the body of the cart until we get the new batteries. That way we can measure our distance and make sure they're in the right spot before we solidify everything to the frame. But with these two pieces, this one on this side and then the other one welded in on the other side, and this back brace, should be plenty of strength to hold the batteries and not have any issues breaking like the old pieces did. That one's not bad.